So, of course, it is a daunting time, isn't it, for NHS staff as they deal with coronavirus. But thousands of students across the West have been taken to the wards as well to help. They're doing placements as part of medical courses, but they're getting experience that they could never have anticipated when they applied. Natasha Turney has been speaking to two student nurses who've been doing all they can on the wards at Bristol's Southmead Hospital.
They're part of the team nursing in one of the most difficult times the NHS has ever faced, and yet they're still students.
My name is Amy Scott. I'm a third-year nursing student and I will be going into my 6th placement.
My name is Jamie Mills. I'm a third-year nursing student at UWE. I've just completed my placement in ITU.
As well as completing their studies at home, they're some of the thousands of students working on the front line treating COVID patients.
My 5th placement was a bit of an eye-opener that I was working through the pandemic when certainly we were at quite a peak of the virus.
You have 8 patients to 1 nurse and you'll be helping that nurse kind of care for those patients, and depending on how unwell they are and what environment you are, it can make your days incredibly busy to the point in which you're working 12-hour shifts non-stop.
As loved ones haven't been allowed in the hospitals, they've been the ones to tell families often heartbreaking news.
Knowing that you are that person that stands between the communication of a patient that is sick, very sick potentially, and their family, that's quite a special experience, whilst very tough as well.
So telling them they can't come in to see their loved one, that's a conversation that nobody wants to have anywhere. And so having to have those conversations as a student is incredibly difficult.
Whilst on a placement, Amy got COVID, but 3 weeks later she was back in the ward to continue looking after her patients.
I have been apprehensive, of course I have. I think the whole country has, the whole nation has. I still want to be a nurse. If anything, it's taught me more resilience, it's taught me more appreciation for the job.
They're preparing to go back to the hospital for their 6th placement in the weeks to come, knowing there'll be many challenges that lie ahead, but ready to be there for those who need their help the most. Natasha Turney, BBC Points West.
Several of our universities are to give rent rebates to students staying home during the lockdown. They include Bath, Bristol, UWE and the Royal Agricultural University. It'll apply to those living in halls or accommodation under university control. Honda says it